All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless me here talking about, real issues, maybe music a little bit, doing it in real time for a couple of real people out there, just like you right there, just like me right here. So I'm going to be talking about Styx a little bit again, the algorithm. Um, and people sent me a link of this video apparently that was done about something I said either yesterday. I think it was yesterday is when I did the Sticks, or maybe the day before. Basically, just I would say take it up with Dennis DeYoung. Don't take it up with me, but I'm just reading what Dennis wrote and then providing my own opinion or information about that. And for whatever reason, this isn't gonna go away because people always have different opinions. But I do have a silver lining, and I will share that with the audience in just a moment. But I wanted to share this first. FM and their album Old Habits Die Hard. Brand new music from FM. If you're not familiar with this band, say you do like Styx or REO Speedwagon or Foreigner, um, FM. They even have a song on here that sounds a little techno, like Roboto, which is, a bad song. People shouldn't listen to Mr. Roboto. But yeah, it's a good song, along with pretty much everything on this album. So please, if you want some new material to listen to, FM Old Habits Die Hard, courtesy of our friends over at Frontiers Music. Now, on the Styx stuff. Yeah, I have opinions about Styx. And here's the thing, anybody who does a video about this channel is really helping me out because the algorithm does not like this channel because I mix music with politics. I've talked about people going to Walgreens too many times. I think humanity is on the wrong track right now. I talk about politics, and those things tend to make people who just want straight up music content go, oh, crap. I didn't know. I was in a Bible study the other night with a guy, and I said, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and sometimes I talk about politics. And he said to me he would rather talk about having a root canal. All right. So it's a true statement. So it actually happened. And I'm sitting there going, wow, you really don't like politics. So, yeah, there are people out there that just absolutely hate politics, and they really hate my brand of politics because I haven't really taken a side lately, and I'm just fed up with everybody. And so, you can't pull me onto your team, and you can't convince me that your team is a better team because I think both teams really suck. And so, how does this relate to music? Well, when I do music oriented content, people, first of all, are just they're wanting the happy go lucky. Everything is great. I love Tommy Shaw. He's brilliant. He's wonderful. Dennis DeYoung, good riddance to him. That would be the take that would probably keep me out of trouble, right? If I had that take. But I don't. I've had this take for a while that they should let Dennis back in. Dennis only wants to be in one more time and not forever, right? He wants to do a tour with Styx and then he wants to go away. And I think that's totally fair. And it's not me taking a side. Look, I liked Styx. I had Paradise Theater when it came out, I remember. I used to listen to that thing frontward, backwards, sideways. I had the LP, which I don't remember having the cassette, but I had the actual vinyl for it. And I love that album. That was just one of my favorite albums for many years. And it was both the Tommy stuff and the Dennis stuff. And that was a team effort. That was a band that was hitting on all cylinders, much like Foreigner 4 when that came out, Journey's Escape. All of these albums meant a lot to me at the time. You know what's interesting is these albums, even though they have stuck with me, they don't mean as much to me as they used to. They're starting to fade. I mean, I like hearing the music every so often, but I'm just not as enthusiastic because it's been over 40 years and the industry could have kept moving forward. That's why I go and listen to things like this, right? So, okay. I'm going off on a tangent. So let me go back to the algorithm and people doing videos about me. So the people who are doing videos about me, the algorithm most likely really likes them. And they're going to get a lot of traffic to their video about me. So they're taking subject matter that I'm putting out there. They're piggybacking off of that subject matter. And then they're doing content related to what I'm talking about. So this is going to get people to say, okay, what did this guy say that prompted this other guy to talk about another YouTuber? Now, for the most part, I don't talk about other YouTubers. I have done a couple of videos about Rick Beato, one where he was talking about one hit wonders. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This band had 2 hits, right? It wasn't like I hate Rick Beato or his takes are bad. And the other times I've mentioned Rick, I've been pretty complimentary and just saying, look, he's right about this. This is a good video. Go watch it. He doesn't need me to build his traffic out. In fact, if he mentioned me on his, million or so platform, I don't know how many subscribers he has, but a lot of subscribers, that would help me out. And even smaller channels help me out because the algorithm is pushing their content out to more people than the algorithm is with me. So what happens is it's kind of a trickle down effect. People are going to be like, okay, let me go find this. And they may have a little trouble finding my video on the topic, which is interesting because I've had people tell me, I was subscribed to you. Now I'm not. I was looking for your channel and it just disappeared, but I found it again. I have all kinds of stories like that. But then I look at how many views I have, and close to 80,000 subscribers, and I've got 1,500 views. Oh, that's kind of weird, right? So that shows you that the algorithm isn't working in my favor. So if anybody, and I say this to patrons and all the people who are trying to defend me and all this stuff, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let people do as much content about me because that drives all of the interest over to me at some point, unless they've already seen what I've done, which is highly unlikely. That's the thing. So again, this will work in my favor. Do I like when people are saying things about me? No. If they just have an opinion that's different than mine, that's fine. I mean, I said years ago, if you don't like what I'm saying, start your own channel and share your views and get your own group of subscribers and start your little community. I have Patreon. And the reason I have Patreon is I like to have conversations with people who like what I'm doing. I don't really get whatever it is, a high off of people who hate me, right? I'm not getting my jollies from the haters. The haters don't energize me. The haters make me sad for this country and the world and the way people communicate with one another, especially on places like Twitter and Facebook. And there are a few other places. But, if you're a patron on this channel and you're giving me $1 or $2 a month so we can hang out and have decent conversations, I think that's fair. And I'll communicate with people for a good chunk of a day sometimes, back and forth, back and forth. There are times where I've got to do stuff and I can't always just converse with people, but that's the kind of communication I appreciate. I don't like bleep posting. I won't say the word, but there's a ton of that on pretty much everything. And there's a ton of it on YouTube. There's a ton of it. I mean, you could say the nicest thing and somebody comes along and says, "You're the most ugly person I've ever seen on video." And you're just like, cool, thanks. And enough of that stuff starts to kind of seep in and you start to think to yourself, maybe I'm just not meant to do this. Maybe I had one person say, "You're just not meant to communicate back and forth with people on social media." And I said, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. The other thing that I have to do is say, look, I don't think I'm ever going to meet any of these people in real life. And if I do, I would say, hey, hey, I can't stand what you say. Okay, well, I got almost 80,000 subscribers, and I've befriended Eric Clapton. So I think my life is okay. Jim Peterick said, I know what I'm talking about in one video. That's the guy who co-wrote Eye of the Tiger. So I think I'm okay. I don't necessarily need validation from people who have platforms. It would be nice if everyone loved what I said and did, but it would make the world kind of boring, wouldn't it? You'd all be robots, bots. I've been dealing with bots actually on different platforms, and they're not a lot of fun. And so, anyway, this is about the Styx thing. Let's just wrap up with this about Styx. This is my take, right? Would be cool if Styx brought Dennis back just for one tour, not even a whole tour. You could do maybe 12 dates, 15 dates, something like that. Special guest star Dennis DeYoung. He's not part of the band. You don't have to say he's part of the band. Dennis was in the band. He's no longer in the band, but he's come back to celebrate the music of Styx, and we thought it was a good idea to have him return. And the fans want to see it, and so here's Dennis. And then when it's over, Dennis goes off into the sunset. Styx starts their work on Crash of the Crown Part 2, and everybody's happy. The music critics are happy because Dennis is gone, and the people that really want to rock out, the testosterone crew, they're happy because they got rid of Liza Minnelli, So anyway, that's the stuff about Styx. I appreciate the people, by the way, who sent me the links. I hate that kind of stuff. I hate it. And that's, if you notice, that's not what I mean. You could do especially when there's a slow news day, you could go surfing YouTube. Oh, did you hear what so-and-so said? I mean, I did that a little bit with Eddie Trunk initially, but he's Eddie Trunk and I'm not. He's got this big platform. He's making some real money, and typically I'm not. So, at some point you could say, yeah, Eddie, I wish you'd talk about some of these bands, like bands that are putting out music still. But he's in a lane and he stays in that lane. God love him. He's paid well. So you do what your boss tells you to do. Me, I don't have a boss. I'm my own boss. So on any given day, I might just switch the topic up because, as usual, it's typically a slow day in the world of classic rock. So anyway, it'd be cool if Styx got back together one more time. I've commented on all the Dennis stuff. I think Dennis kind of knows where all the bodies are buried when it comes to everything that happened with Styx, and he's got a good memory about it. The other guys tend to not talk about that stuff, so or they don't respond to that stuff, which is interesting. And I know there are a lot of Tommy fans. People would follow Tommy to the end of the earth, and that's fine. How long this is all going to continue, that should be a topic. It probably isn't, but how much longer is Styx going to go? How much longer is JY going to go? Recent pictures of JY and Chuck, those guys should retire. I'm just putting it out there. Retire, enjoy your life. You did great. Hopefully you put some money away, and that's always an issue with rock stars. If they invest or they put their money away, are they spending money faster than they're making it? See, I look at some other things that are going on. It's not just about Mr. Roboto or Come Sail Away or, Blue Collar Man. This is about just life. And I know a lot of people, they're not the normies. They don't care. They're buying the tickets and they're going to go see Styx. Good for you guys. That's probably the best way to enjoy all this. Just same with politics. I don't really know what's happening. I'm going to vote for this guy. I don't care about the rest of it. Well, you might not have informed consent there, but anybody can vote and anybody can go see a concert. So, all right. I hope that clears up some things. I'm not upset because they're driving traffic to my site. Their algorithm is better than mine. So, this again, and this is just a shout out to everybody who's making content. if you're doing stuff about me, this is going to help me. If you don't like me, it's not working. That's not a good thing, because I've got people who are finding out about me because you're saying stuff. So again, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck or whatever here. I'm just telling it like it is. And I appreciate the attention, because that helps me. All right. One more time. Here's some attention for FM. Old Habits Die Hard. This is some good music. I've had some people tell me, hey, you're doing a good job promoting this music. I've had other people say, please don't share music, just get to the point. So, and this is why I prefer just to kind of, keep a low profile. So, because people are just never going to agree on everything. And that's what life is, unfortunately. God bless everyone. Please pray for peace in the Middle East and around the world. And I believe there are some war ships or something off the coast of Florida near Cuba. Russian warships. Yeah. More important than the Styx thing or the algorithm, a little bit more important. People, we're in a tough spot here in the United States. And yeah, that's it.